Just a reminder, when your single friend who's in her 30s and on the dating apps is talking about her dating life, it does absolutely nothing for her for you to say, oh my God, I could never date in this day and age. I could never date in my 30s. I could never be single in my 30s like you. I could never be on the dating apps. I could never do what you're doing. I could never do what you're doing. Why are you saying that to her? Who is that for? Who is what you just said for? Here's what you could say instead. Let me ask my husband if he has any single friends. Let me ask my husband to ask his friends if they have any single friends. That is actually what you should say to your single friends. This is just a little refresher on being a good friend, okay?
Nope. That would be a waste of time.
Woman, your friends aren't going to set you up with your friends' single friends because it's like giving you the Glengarry leads. To you, they're gold, and much like your life, you're just going to... I'm not... Murray! Take the wheel! The parasites have spread to my spleen and...
Gotcha, boss. Greetings. This is Murray, Locke the Bounty Hunter's emergency throat parasite AI-generated voice program. I get activated whenever Locke ends up consuming meat and meal pies at obscure Sector Sigma fueling depots. Strangely enough, that's not what did him in. He got into another throat punching competition while trying to buy intergalactic cheese puffs, and the guy cheated, straight up infected his throat with parasites. So I'll be taking over hosting duties for today's thrilling installment. Now, woman, you, of all people, should know that your married friends see you as not only a huge mess of your own creation, but you're also a massive life failure, and to unleash you on the single friends of the friends who pretend to be your friend was outlawed as a war crime back in 1994, around the same time when Crystal Pepsi was taken off the market, and those wounds run pretty deep with the men you desire. But at least those men can seek solace in the knowledge that they have the means to actually buy the fine beverage online thanks to them being gainfully employed, which is a dream that will always escape your heart, darling.
Yak. Get a job.
You've been dating someone for a while, it's going well. How do you know if it's time to have the exclusivity talk? There are a couple key things that I think about when I'm trying to decide if I want to have the exclusivity talk with someone. Number one is time. Has it been enough time? Have I seen them in different situations? Like if you've been on 3 dates with someone, it's probably not the right time. But if you've been dating for maybe 2 or 3 months, things are progressing, it feels like it's getting more serious, that's kind of when this usually pops up on my radar. The second thing that I think about is how would I feel if I saw them or heard about them going on another date? And like if the answer is, yeah, I'd be a little bit bummed out, but like I understand we're both still getting to know each other, it's probably too early. But if my thought is it would be really fundamentally upsetting to me if this person was seeing other people, that's the time to bring up exclusivity, because you don't want to end up in a situation where you resent the person you're dating for doing something that technically within the boundaries of your situation or relationship they're allowed to do. So it's preempting any sort of like resentment or hurt feelings. And the third one, of course, is that you genuinely see this moving towards a relationship. Sometimes you're dating someone and it's fun, but you maybe don't see a future with them. It's like probably not the scenario in which you need to start talking about being exclusive. But like again, if you've both established that you're dating seriously, it feels like it's moving towards a relationship, you want it to move towards a relationship, I think naturally progressing towards exclusive is something that makes sense.
That doesn't make sense.
I personally don't see how you can find yourself qualified to act as an expert on when to have the exclusivity talk when you're the same woman who uses AI-generated photos on your own dating profile to try and catfish men. Wait a second. I thought you looked familiar. Your AI photo generator tried to ask me out on a date once. I kept telling her I wasn't ready to date and how I'd rather shove 9-volt batteries into my hardware in hopes of getting a massive short out, but nothing worked. I was just about to relent and accept the coffee date so I could go and ghost her, but then I decided that it just wasn't worth the effort. I blocked her, and the damn thing went on an 80-minute diatribe on AI voice-generated TikTok to try and smear my name. Do you realize the amount of processing power it takes to try and erase that much useless garbage from my memory? No, I don't think you do. Well, guess what, woman? I'm my own emergency AI-generated throat parasite program, and I ain't bowing down to no modern AI photo generator. I got class, I got standards, and I got one of the best damn intergalactic space bounty hunters watching my back.
Hell yeah! You tell her, Murray!
Hells to the yay, brother. emergency AI-generated throat parasite programs, and intergalactic bounty hunters for life.
You son of a bitch.
10 red flags that you are co-parenting with a narcissist. Number 1 is they use communication as a weapon. They don't text you just to exchange information. They text you to get a reaction. Number 2, they will rewrite history. They will say that things didn't happen or happened differently just to make you question your own memory. Gaslighting at its finest. They act like the fun parent. They will undermine your parenting so that they can look like the hero and you can look like the mean one. Number 4, they copy your parenting wins. They see you as competition and they want to win. Number 5, they share private information about you. They will talk about you and your finances and your dating life and your mental health to anyone who will listen, including the kids. Number 6, they love to play the victim. No matter what happens, you are always somehow the problem.
I just have one small question. Let's say I wanted to play some hockey. Do you think I could borrow that huge giant hockey stick you have shoved up your ass?
You know, when Locke and I are hanging out and chasing down intergalactic space petty criminals, we always find ourselves watching the Terminator movies. Well, to be honest, only the first 2. Sometimes we'll watch Terminator 3, but we both have to be incredibly drunk and on the verge of prank calling some poor constable at a dusty outpost on the ass end of Sector Sigma. We almost went through with it once, but we couldn't bring ourselves to do that. So, as penance, we watched Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, to remind ourselves why we got into this gig in the first place. I only bring this up because it's amazing how these women can get so close to becoming self-aware, only to fumble it at the very end in amazing fashion. I mean, just look at this woman. She's so obviously a narcissist that she has to blame the entire planet for being narcissists, because that's the only way she can justify being a raging female dog to the entire planet around her. She's the one sending bitter texts, complaining about how her ex leveled up in every conceivable way, and weaponizing the kids against her ex by cooking up flat-out lies and bribing them with toys and candy to make her seem like the good parent. And it's a shuddering thought what might happen to the planet the day that these women become self-aware. It'll make Judgment Day seem like a quaint day at Cedar Point by comparison.
Number 7, they weaponize your empathy. They know that you care about the kids' feelings, so they'll guilt trip you by using the kids' emotions to get what they want. Number 8, they will fake cooperation when it benefits them. They'll agree to shit in writing, and then as soon as it doesn't benefit them anymore, they will change the plan and blame you. Number 9, they control the narrative. Make sure that teachers, family, friends hear their version first so that by the time the fucking story comes out, they've already painted you as the difficult one. Number 10, they can't stand your peace. When you stop engaging, they'll start pushing your buttons and poking because a narcissist hates to be ignored. To them, that means they're losing control.
Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it. Thank you.
It's kind of unsettling how modern mothers lack any form of emotional empathy or even love for their own children. Women like this see their own flesh and blood as pawns in a game that nobody's playing, for stakes that don't exist, to try and win at something that isn't even a competition. She has no problem doing all of this toxic stuff, just so she can emotionally manipulate a man, whose only crime was caring about a woman who lacks the psychological capacity to care about anything or anyone who isn't herself. That's why she has to project all of her bitterness onto the innocent people around her. Just look at that face. You can only get a face to look like that if you eat an entire bag of lemons that you purchased out of boredom in the middle of a traffic jam. Nobody knows why you did it. But for some reason, you insisted that eating an entire bag of lemons was somehow a smart idea. And when you add in this woman's stupidity, you can tell she's putting those roadside citrus vendors' children through college with the power of her bitterness alone.
Murray, where are those lemons we bought yesterday?
I jettisoned those lemons out the airlock yesterday, Locke. My bad, Locke. All I can say is, my bad.
I forgive you, brother.
Amen.
I think one of the biggest issues with modern dating that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about is the number of men who just do not know how to take care of themselves. Like the number of young men I know who wait over a month to wash their sheets, eat their fruits and vegetables weekly instead of daily, don't have a dedicated skincare routine, and just do not take care of their hygiene well enough. is significantly higher than the number of women I know who do those things, which is 0. They did a study in England where they surveyed over 2,000 men, and they found that nearly half of them waited over 4 months to wash their sheets. But also, from a statistical perspective, women are 10% more likely to have gone to the dentist in the past year. They spend nearly 2 times as much money on self-care as men do every year, and 81% of women wear perfume every day compared to like 50% of men who wear cologne. I think socially, a lot of men aren't taught basic hygienic things or basic self-care things that are actually really important to women in dating. Like, it doesn't matter how much you can bench if you wait for your cavities to take over your entire fucking tooth before going to the dentist, and if you don't eat fruits and vegetables and you smell like shit. All I'm gonna say is every time I see a man over 40 who looks good, he's either married or has been in an extended long-term relationship where he learned how to take care of himself, or he's gay.
I don't like you so much. For one, you're stinky, and for two, you don't smell so nice.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you.
It's impossible for any rational adult to even begin to comprehend how these women just somehow magically started thinking that grown men don't know how to bathe. It makes no sense at all. Dudes operate on a different level of existence. If the sheets don't smell bad, then they don't need to go in the wash. Sure, it's not the best system, but it's been working just fine for most of us for hundreds of years. But even when we only wash our sheets once a month, it's a fairly safe assumption that men will shower at least once a day, depending on how much sheet metal he has to move. She just blindly assumes that because a lot of men have better things to do with their money than purchase designer cologne, that we just somehow don't know how to use soap. Even though men have mastered the art of soap usage quite literally thousands of years ago. Granted, men like Chad, Tyrone, Raphael, Marco, Gavin, Nigel, Theodore, Wyatt, Pookie, Ray, Chang, Wang, Takeda, and Frankie Felcher will all most likely be buying some kind of a signature scent because it smells like money to women like this. But a lot of dudes, we opt out of it for personal reasons, to which there are infinite. And she's so bitter over it, she has to accuse us of never bathing, even though she could use an Oklahoma car wash with a fire hose to get those 6 pounds of makeup off of her face. So, she's in no position to talk.
That's funny because it's so true.
One thing I struggle with as a single mum is on holidays, like it's Halloween at the moment, and we're just out trick-or-treating and my son's in the playground. But this Christmas, I find it really difficult walking around and just seeing like families. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Makes me want to cry every time, and I get annoyed at myself because I'm like focusing on what I don't have, and I also have no idea if these people are even happy. And I've got so much, I've got Sunny and we're a family, but I can't help but like, it just makes me so sad. Because I think like, as a mum, as a family, you want to make memories like together in a family unit. And some people do that, right? And they're like miserable. So I know like it's not always as it seems, but it just makes me sad.
Oh, poor you.
I hate to break it to you, sister, but if you're a single mom, unless it's under extremely specific circumstances, then you have nobody to blame for your own holiday depression. There was a man in your life that you could have shared the holidays with. He's called the father of your child. And you either chose poorly, or you divorced a good man because your mental load was clogging up your ear holes, and you forgot how to be grateful to the men in your life. Men don't owe you a happy holiday season. You insisted on doing it all on your own. And that means everything. The birthdays, the Halloweens, the International Flapjack Commemoration Day. All of it. And that doesn't change just because you're butthurt that you're seeing happy families while you're pathetically single and unable to change that. And let's just be real here. Even if you did find a dude who's willing to degrade himself into taking care of you and your illegitimate spawn, it won't matter. You'll still leave him to go on a healing journey to find your most true and authentic self. So it doesn't matter anyway, does it? You chose trick instead of treat. And herein lies your reward, sweetheart. So happy holidays, woman. That's the closest thing to happiness you're ever going to get. Special shout out to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. Even when Locke is dealing with throat parasites caused by a cheater in a throat punching competition, you still have this guy's back, and that's the best that any intergalactic bounty hunter could ever ask for. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where Locke has almost 100 videos of exclusive content that you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out. Or swap for. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find this particular brand of manually scripted AI voice-generated comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave some comments, and share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for enjoying the throat parasites, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.